Pasti teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking. Atau, anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung healing. Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan.
You've probably heard people say that Gen Z gives up too easily. Just a little bit of criticism and they start overthinking. Or when they're a bit stressed, they immediately go healing. And you've probably also heard the term strawberry generation, a generation that looks beautiful on the outside but is fragile when facing pressure.
Ketika menghadapi tekanan, kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua? Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi? Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
Why is Gen Z often labeled as weak by the older generations, or is this actually happening because of a clash of values between generations? In this video, we're going to explore the psychological and social sides behind this weak label. I'm Noala, and I'll guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi Baby Boomer atau Gen X. Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi. Generasi Baby Boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras, stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan. Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital, serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi, serba cemas.
First, we need to understand that Gen Z grew up in a very different environment compared to baby boomers or Gen X. The weak label that's often attached to Gen Z actually comes from comparing lifestyles between generations. Baby boomers and Gen X grew up in a two-era economic stability was hard to achieve. Information was limited and they had to work hard just to survive. Meanwhile, Gen Z grew up in the fast-paced digital, information-heavy world that is at the same time full of anxiety.
Menurut Dr. Haim Ginot, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter. Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri. Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga. Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
According to Dr. Hemginot and the widely studied helicopter parenting theory in developmental psychology, earlier generations were often raised with more independent and authoritarian parenting. Meanwhile, many Gen Z individuals were raised in a more protective environment and focused on self-esteem. Since childhood, they were listened to and protected.
Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri. Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga. Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
This is good for building confidence, but to the older generation who were used to being tough, it can appear as being spoiled. Because of these different ways of living and parenting styles, each generation also deals with problems differently, but these differences are often misunderstood and signs of weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain. Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet. Tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama. Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
Second, according to a 2022 study from the American Psychological Association, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to others. This is because Gen Z is a digital native generation. They never known a world without the internet. Online pressures such as cyberbullying, FOMO or fear of missing out, and unrealistic standards of success are real burdens that earlier generation never experienced in the same way. So Gen Z seems stressed because of social media. Older generations may see it as unreal or trivial.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti. Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini. Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental. Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, "Aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat."
In addition, Gen Z is more aware of global crises such as the pandemic, recessions, and climate change, which makes the future feel uncertain. So it's not because they're weak, but because their psychological burden is far more complex, especially in an age where information never stops. Interestingly, Gen Z is actually known as the most mental health aware generation. In the past, stress was seen as normal, but now they're brave enough to say, "I need help, I need a break."
Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri. Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres.
According to studies from Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is the most open to therapy and self-care compared to previous generations. But for some parents, this openness looks like weakness, when in reality is a strength, the courage to face themselves. And according to a study published in the Indonesian Journal of Psychology in 2021, this emotional openness actually increases resilience and adaptability to stress.
Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z. Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah. Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan.
Naturally, this creates a clash of values that older generation consider strong may not be the same for Gen Z. Based on research from the American Psychological Association, older generations see strength as staying silent and enduring problems. But for Gen Z, strength means acknowledging weaknesses and seeking help.
Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi. Gen Z lebih berani bilang, "Aku nggak baik-baik aja," dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri. Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun. Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri.
Then, what older generation call weak is actually a higher awareness of mental health. Gen Z is braver in saying I'm not okay, and that is a new form of courage, being willing and face themselves and be more self-aware. Then, based on studies from LinkedIn and Deloitte about Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic workplace is considered foolish, while baby boomers might take pride in staying at one company for 30 years. Gen Z is more loyal to their personal values, work-life balance, and self-growth.
Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah. Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas.
To earlier generations, this might seem like being disloyal or giving up easily. Now imagine older generation had to fight from zero, work hard and swallow their struggles. For them, that's strength. But for Gen Z, life balance and mental health are the priority.
Jadi, yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda. Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi. Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global.
So this isn't about who's strong or who's weak. It's a clash of values and different survival methods. Don't get it wrong. Behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z has extraordinary strengths. First, they're highly adaptive to technological changes. Second, they have strong social empathy, and lastly, they're bold in speaking up about justice, equality, and global issues.
Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan. Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
A 2024 report from Deloitte Global even states that Gen Z is the most value-driven generation, deeply concerned about humanitarian and environmental issues. So, maybe they're not weak, they're just more sensitive and more human.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan. Gen Z bukan lemah. Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda. Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas.
Every generation has its own way of surviving. Gen Z isn't weak, they're simply fighting on a different battlefield, one filled with digital pressure, economic uncertainty, and heightened awareness of global issues that can cause anxiety.
Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik. Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka.
On the other hand, we also need to understand that older generations were raised with survival values and physical toughness. Their criticism, though sometimes annoying, often comes from worry and their own way of repressing care.
Kalau kamu Gen Z, atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis pendapatmu di kolom komentar. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe, biar makin banyak yang bisa mikir bareng. Aku Noala, stay curious, dan sampai jumpa.
If you're Gen Z or from an older generation, what do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can think together. I'm Noala, stay curious, and see you next time.